Hey guys, how we doing? Everybody good? Having a good evening? Good morning? Let's turn that down. Here we got, hey Paul, how you doing, mate? Let me turn that all the way down. Avoid any further copyright issues or strikes. Yeah, Paul, how you doing? Vlad, how you doing, buddy? I didn't think you were going to make it. I thought you took one look at our stream title and was like, nah, I'm done. I'm done. Let me know when AI is old news. Yeah, how you doing, Vlad? How you doing, mate? Miriam, hey, how you doing, Miriam? Yeah, it has been a while. Hope you've been well. I am good, thanks. Yeah, a little bit rosier now that England finally has sun. But yeah, Terry, how you doing, mate? Dave, good to see you again. Hey, Ian. Anders, how you doing, mate? I've got all the legends in tonight. Wow. Hey? All the greats. Yeah, good to see you all. Hope you've been busy. Hope you had a good long weekend. Hey, the Americans had a long weekend as well. We had a bank holiday Monday yesterday. But do the Americans have something as well? Do you have like, excuse my ignorance, but like Memorial Day or something, or is that a different one? Did you have 4 days or 3 days off? Yeah, we don't ever have 4 days. We just have the 3. Yeah. Going good, thanks. I was watching your last stream last night. Really interesting. Oh, nice, Miriam. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Those of you that did tune in live to my previous stream, then that's great, because I had to take down the other one. So the one that we did 2 weeks ago, I had to take that down for potential breach of NDA. So everything that I said in there, if you could all just kindly forget, that would be great. So yeah, that was interesting. I thought, I mean, I was fairly careful. I didn't mention any names or corporate trademarks or anything like that. But apparently, it was like, look, it was alluding to potential breaches. So it's like, well, look, I'll just take it down. So yeah, if you know, this is why you got to tune in live, guys. You just don't know how long the streams are going to be there. So yeah. But I think I'll probably re-upload it in a few weeks when the NDA and the project is out and that sort of thing. So that's all good. That's just I'm fine with my sunset photos and the idea that I should output a vid every few days at least. So what do you do? Yeah, so you are doing a bunch of vids at the moment on Instagram, right? How many vids are you doing? Like 1 a week, 5 a week, 2 a week? Yeah, what are you sure? Yeah, what is your kind of goal that you've set yourself? Because I mean, who knows what the algorithm really wants and loves and that sort of thing. But yeah, what is it? Are you putting out like a 1 minute video? Is that your target? Like 2 minute videos? I'm just kind of curious as to what you've seen any traction in. And is it reels or stories or? So I'm genuinely curious as to what you find working. I am terrible. I don't use Instagram anymore. I mean, you know, I still book shoots and stuff with them, but I don't really post stuff on there anymore. I should do. You know, it's a miracle if I get a couple of posts a month. But I don't know. I find the engagement kind of weird on there. Like, I like it here on Facebook. I know I'm an old fogey, but at least I can have a conversation and discuss ideas. Whereas on Instagram, it's just like emoji, yay, love it, amazing. And look, I love getting compliments as much as the next guy, of course, about my work. But yeah, it doesn't really I don't know. It doesn't really excite me like having a conversation on here does. Memorial Day, right? I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was. Can you sum up what Memorial Day is in a sentence for me, Dave? Or do I need to look it up? You're like, Jake, I'm at work. Do your own research. So Paul says, yeah, long weekend, what's that? Work Saturday and Monday. I know, man, I know. Yeah, it's I remember those days working full time in the studio. It was Yeah, long weekends were a myth. Yeah, and what was worse than that, like the bank holiday weekends were like the busiest as well. It wasn't like, oh cool, bank holiday. Well, at least we're working, but at least it'll be quiet. It's always rammed. Yeah. So yeah, I certainly feel for you, mate. I certainly feel for you. Dave says you're busy as hell, loving it as well. So you were busy as hell, what, with work, Dave? I know you obviously been doing a lot of work with like pole dancers and that sort of thing. You've been doing some work with them. You've so that like your own commercial work in the studio and that sort of thing. So I mean, it's great if you've been busy with that. Amazing, yeah. So Vlad says, I'm sure I've seen an IG ad to the product that you were breaching contracts about. yeah. I mean, that is the algorithm. That is the algorithm for you, Vlad. All it needs to do is hear you typing it, see you typing it, and oh yeah, so you're interested in this. But yeah, my wife said the same thing. She's like, yeah, she was sharing videos of like stuff with me, and it's like it's kind of been spoken about here. But anyway, yeah, hopefully it all should be announced and out by the end of June. So yeah, I'll re-upload the VoD and stuff then, and maybe we can talk about it further then, because it's kind of, well, I'm not gonna fall for it again. It was super secret, Terry. Yeah, the previous stream we were just talking about technology and photography and that sort of thing, and how we can use it in the future, as it were, and what future tech, not AI, can do. Right. Let me just bring up the scene here. Let me grab these. Let me do one of these comments. I post every day on Instagram for 2 accounts. Do you, Paul? Jesus, engagement isn't amazing, but I've recently niched down somewhat. So you post every day on 2 accounts. So you've got a business account and a personal account, or do you've got like 2 business accounts? Because I know some people like to have, like a boudoir Instagram and then a family portraits Instagram. Clearly you would keep those separate, right? So I understand people have got multiple businesses running simultaneously. So is that what you mean? That's what you're doing. Instagram privileges reels most of the time now. I agree, Miriam. Yeah, and we have to post very consistently to have any reach. If luck really feels like a chore, to be frank. That's it, Miriam. Yeah, I mean, I've been sitting at 45,000, 47,000 followers on there for years, and it doesn't seem to make any difference, right? It doesn't seem to make any difference. You just like you reach your cap. It's like, yeah, you've found everybody on the planet who's remotely interested in your work. There you go. Good luck. Fine, okay, but then that would be fine. But then obviously the reach has gone down exponentially over the years. Like you can go back 5-6 years ago, you could say, what would be good reach? Like 5-6 years ago, like 10% of your followers. So, like if you had 100,000 followers, if 10,000 likes, for example, yeah. So like if you had 100,000 followers and your posts were getting 10,000 likes, that was a legit account, right? So, because there's plenty of those dodgy Instagram accounts on there with like 50,000 followers and 8 likes on an image, right? That's just bots. So that used to be the algorithm or the baseline, right? So 10% likes for followers, and now it's less than half of that for sure. Absolutely, yeah. So I mean, it is very, very just getting harder and harder and harder, and I presume that's because more and more people are joining Instagram, and it's just harder and harder to stand out, right? So there's 10 sets of pole dancers and another 4 shoots over the consecutive days of the weekend. Damn, Dave, yeah, you're busy. Nice. Hey, Wibbly, how you doing, mate? Happy birthday, Wibbly. Hope you're having a good one. Thank you for spending it with us on your birthday. Happy 21st. Go easy on the tequila, mate. You know what happened last time. Flatters I started with 1 a day pace. That's nuts and impossible. Now I'm on 1 every few days, but keep it about cinematic photography. Nice, yeah. I would agree. I think it's me. I would say that it's better in the long run to do stuff that is more niched down into your thing, over trying to do loads and it not be relevant. Yeah, so I think you're doing it right. Lengthwise it's 1 minute because it's also posting to YouTube, and that's the limit there. Oh, is it? It's a limit for 1 minute, and it's the same on Instagram, right? Is it a limit? A limit for what? A story? A story is 1 minute. Yeah. What is holding me down a bit is the lack of photo shoots for now. It's that balance, right? It's that balance. I'm in that part now where I need to start booking shoots back in, where I was like, ooh, working on projects and retouching and that sort of stuff, and now I've got to the point where, okay, right, now I need more content. So it's got that, it's got to that stage. Fashion account and dance account. Oh, okay, Paul, interesting. Okay, my dance clients aged 11 and up, so the fashion and dance stay separate. Gotcha. Okay, sensible. All right. So dance for those young girls. What's that? What is it? What's that thing they all go to? It's like a dance group that young girls all go to. God, what was that called? We used to do shoots for them years ago. Yeah, I'm sure it'll come to me. My plan is to keep the YouTube channel separated from my other social media, as I'm talking about how to get better at photography. So I want photographer followers that actually care about what I'm talking. Yeah, so that's the thing. So you can do I don't know. You could do like memes, right? And you could get tons and tons of likes and views and that sort of thing, and maybe even a bunch of followers. So then what happens is that when you try and transition back into like the real stuff, like the proper work, obviously the people that were like, oh, this guy's really funny, I'm following him for the memes, and now he's posting some nerdy shit, then they don't engage with you. So then Instagram sees it as a negative, like, well, he's not posting engaging content. So it's actually far harder to then dig yourself out of that hole. So it can be, and I think a lot of people have fallen foul to this in the past, it can be really tempting to just post stuff that's going to get you a few bonus views and likes, and then it's really sort of difficult to dig yourself out of that afterwards. Yeah. So how much are you doing on TikTok, David? I mean, I'm not on there. I don't think I'm allowed on there. I think you have to pass like an age check. They ask you what was number one in the charts in the year 2000, and I think you fail or something. So are you doing stuff on there like every day, or is it again videos? Like, can you be sexier on there than Instagram, or is it worse? Is it like stricter rules than Instagram? I was doing some training with a boudoir client last week, and they were saying that they do this thing where they like their sort of audience tends to be women, right? So all they do is boudoir, and their audience tends to be women. So what they do is, like, some of their TikTok videos would be giving women posing tips, right? So they'll do posing tips. Now, for most of the boudoir shots, obviously in lingerie and that sort of thing, the lingerie is not allowed unless you're a lingerie company. So this is where it kind of gets a bit hazy with some of these rules, right? So TikTok will take your money if you're a lingerie company or a brand that can sell those products, but it's a no-no if you're like a service, right, or another company. So it's kind of weird in the you literally have one rule for one and then one rule for somebody else. So what they do is they said it's really awkward, but we wear lingerie on top of our clothes and then do the posing for TikTok like clothed but with lingerie on top, which I was like, okay, that's a clever workaround. So yeah, I think it's definitely viable to keep people sort of ticking away for sure. Does anybody here shoot boudoir? Does anybody here shoot boudoir? It's kind of interesting because I think they'd be fine with me saying who they are, but yeah, Andrew Wood Photography up there in Manchester. They've got beautiful studios. They've got like 4 studios, and they got like 10 photographers or something like that. 10 photographers, something like that, and that all they shoot is boudoir full time. So like on a Saturday they'd have, you know, all 4 studios, 8 clients a day in each studio, and they're just flat out only shooting boudoir. I was like, wow. Because down here where I am, down south, I know you Americans, this won't mean anything to you, but down here south, as in, you know, London south, like there's just no, I just don't think that we could do that level of boudoir. So what I mean is like to be able to fill a diary consistently like that, it must be that northern ladies are fairly, you know, liberal, pretty keen to get out there and get some boudoir shots. They must be loving it. I was like, more power to them. Yeah. And it's kind of interesting because I've never done boudoir because I've never been asked for it. I get hired to do lingerie shoots, but it's kind of in my style. But the boudoir thing is, I think, is that sort of middle ground where people feel a bit more comfortable with it. But yeah, interesting. You got wine, mate. Nice. So TikTok was even more strict, really, to force people to pay the boost posts and pay for engagement, etc. Terry, I would agree with you on that. Yeah. So I would, yeah, I don't have any evidence, of course, nobody really does, but yeah, I would agree. What Terry's saying here is that your reach will slowly drop off over time, and it kind of encourages you to pay to get that engagement back, right? So boost this post to get more engagement. And like I notice it when ProEDU run ads for that old gelled lighting tutorial. So I think they like do ads through my account. I mean obviously I could find out when they do it and that sort of thing, but they do it periodically, and whenever they do, I swear my reach just goes ooh, because they're like, ooh, look, you know, if you want proper reach, you've got to be paying for it, which is what they do to promote the tutorials, and then like, the rest of my posts just drop off every single time. And I swear that's exactly what they're doing. Look, these posts over here that you're paying for are getting all this reach. Yeah, I know that. So it's kind of a little bit cheeky, and it seems pretty obvious to me. Stagecoach, that's it, Paul. Yeah, Stagecoach, that's it. Thank you. I wouldn't have remembered that, but that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Since I've toned things down on my main IG, my engagement is terrible. Really, David? Yeah. So we like toned it down, as in less saxy, just far less musicians on there. Just I've really been focusing on the French horn and clarinet, just way less sax. So yeah, less sexy. You're not on TikTok, David. Whew, mate. Good for you. Stay strong, buddy. Stay strong. Same thing for my fashion work. TikTok is even more strict. Yeah, exactly what happened with my Facebook. I'm at 8,000 followers, and that are so random. I can't post anything relevant enough to get more than 100 likes on a post. I mean, 100 likes in this economy, mate. It's not to be sniffed at. I think you'd be surprised. Yeah. I know that feels. It feels crippling compared to Instagram, where you can just post a picture of a cat's bum and you can get 1,000 likes. But yeah, a little bit different. Dave says shoot boudoir and OnlyFans levels for certain models. Okay. So I'm just formulating in my mind what OnlyFans levels is, but we are living in the age of only ventilators. Why are we so shocked about boudoir is popular? Why are you so shocked boudoir is popular? Okay. So I really get this. It could just be me. So you raise a good point, Vlad. Yeah. So OnlyFans is geared up. Come on, let's be honest, for men, right? It's like mostly men are paying for that content. Now, the boudoir side of things, especially from this studio that I was at last week, training and that sort of thing, they're pretty much all female photographers and really focused on women empowerment, right? So getting women to come in and just feel like super incredible about their bodies, like super positive, and just coming in and having photo shoots for themselves. Now, I'm sure there are certainly, you know, women who come in and have photo shoots for their husbands and boyfriends and that sort of thing, of course. But the boudoir side of things, for me, really comes across as you're empowering the woman in the shot, right? Nothing wrong with men finding those shots exciting as well, but I do think that it's a very different type of work compared to the OnlyFans clients, right? Which is definitely seems to be the more male side of things. Yeah. There's a boudoir studio in Bath that is so busy, full-time staff all week, to the photographers, full-time makeup artists, do what? Amazing, isn't it, Paul? That's what I mean, Paul. Yeah, honest. I mean, super ignorant on my part, 100% super ignorant on my part with regards to how big the boudoir scene is, and I think that this Andrew Wood photography up there in Manchester was doing a phenomenal job of, you know, pushing themselves out there in a positive light to women. I mean, and you know, they've obviously got the bookings to prove it, so more power to them. Yeah, shoot boudoir and everything else. Ian shoots anything and everything. Yeah. Lots of OnlyFans performers have to travel south to find good shoots and locations. Really? They don't just do it in hotel rooms and stuff, Dave? Really? Yeah. No thongs with booty facing the camera. That's trouble. So, really, Dave? Like, I mean, look, guys. I'll be honest. Look, my Instagram feed does need to be cleaned up. Okay, but I obviously follow several models, and I see a lot of crack. Right? Let's be honest. Like, how are they getting away with it then? Like, I mean, you know, there's no way of like, you're saying that you definitely see it being targeted. Yeah. So Liz says exactly that. Yeah, Liz says exactly this. Most portrait groups on Facebook you join are just pictures of women's butts. Do just butt portraits. It's kind of getting boring. Yeah, Liz, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, or people trying to like skirt around the rules. Like, oh, you know, it's just go do something else if that's what you want to do, right? I get it. But yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it is only so many times you can show side lit but turn it black and white. Job done. All right. Best engagement boost is when mom shares my photos on Facebook and her 70-plus-year-old friends like everything on their feed. That's brilliant, Blau. That's the best thing I've heard all day. I absolutely love that. That's hilarious. Gold. Yeah. You gotta love old people, man. I'll be there soon, but you gotta like that. I love. That's brilliant. I love it. Yeah. Got it. Liz says I shoot and style pinup shoots. Nice. I've been asked for vintage style boudoir a lot. Vintage style boudoir. Yeah. So, I think, what is it? There's another famous photographers up north here, like Dollhouse Boudoir or something like that, and they sort of specialize more in that, definitely that pin-up style. And I think it's definitely something that women can understand and get behind and play a role, right? And I think sometimes it can be a little bit daunting. It's like, oh, I don't know what to do. And I think having like a role like that or a focus can be a little bit easier for somebody to get behind. And the shots that they do, I'm sure it's Dollhouse. Yeah, the shots that they do are gorgeous. Yeah. But I could definitely see the pin-up style shoots being popular for sure. Every time I post something like that, it gets flagged. Yeah, interesting, Dave. Yeah, interesting. I'm not, and I obviously believe you. I just maybe these models just post so many of them that some of them get flagged and others get through. Yeah, it's weird, but I would assume that it gets that it affects the algorithm for sure. Yeah. Hey Etienne, how you doing? From Strasbourg. How you doing, mate? So Dave says hotel rooms run the risk of being shut down mid-shoot, especially if it's a group shoot for a higher level content and people are paying for the content creation. Down south, there are more locations open to OnlyFans creators and all it entails. Well, this is a whole new world to me, Dave. Yeah. So what you're saying is that the hotels will get, they're obviously super cagey about it, and they don't, and if they even get a whiff of you doing the various photo shoots in the hotel room. I honestly didn't think they gave a damn. Yeah, I thought they were like, look, we'll take your money. Thanks very much. What you do behind closed doors is up to you. I really didn't realize that was a risk. I suppose if you've got 20 guys traipsing in and out, yeah, it can be a bit like, just get out, please. Yeah, I get that. It's what's frustrating about Facebook photography groups. Yeah, I know, man. I know. Yeah. I agree with you on that. Wibbly, I'm getting close to being a coffin dodgy with my latest birthday. Come on, Wibbly. I can't believe it. Liz says Dollhouse is based near me. Very processed though. So I presume what Liz is meaning here about retouch and that sort of thing. Yeah, I would agree. And I don't see that as a bad thing. It's certainly a style, and I think they're pretty open and honest about it. If you go in there and I think you're expecting a certain look. But yeah, maybe that is an interesting distinction that you've made there, Liz. That boudoir is maybe a little bit more, not raw, but definitely a bit more real. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Boudoir feels like it should be a full experience for the client, in my opinion. 100%. Yeah, GB very serious. Just feels unsafe for CD. Yeah, these guys, did an amazing job of, like I said, just empowering the client really. And I do find it interesting that because they want women to feel relaxed and like really confident and put themselves out there. And they were saying that some of the best things that come out of their shoots is like women just feel like absolutely, like I think they explained it as like they've just done a parachute jump, right? Just wow, just like, oh, charge! I can't believe I've done that. It's amazing. Oh my god, that's nuts. Yeah, it's crazy. I've always wanted to do it. Oh my god, amazing. Really feeling charged and pumped about it. And I think that the photographers, which is fantastic, by the way. That's amazing. And I think that one thing that the photographers are really good at there was just being super confident and just like open and just like just really getting the ladies to show themselves in the best possible light, literally. But I did find it interesting that like if a guy was to do some of the things that they were saying, you'd be cancelled within the hour, I should think. So I think it's a very fine line, and I do think that it is, it's great to see other women bigging other women up like that, and getting them to feel like that is amazing. I'm not saying men can't do that, of course not, but I am saying I could definitely see why they have female photographers there, which is fine. Yeah. Wibbly, trust you to bring the tone down, right? I almost read that out then. Some models I work with do take OnlyFans content at my shoots. If it's TFP, I let it slide. Really, Liz? Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So you'll be doing a shoot, and then they'll shoot their like their own bits for their own accounts. Like you say, if it's like TFP, you're just like, well, fine. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think I'd be same as you if that was happening. I would, fine. I don't think it would bother me. Yeah, as long as my name's not attached to it in any way, then whatever. And it's it's completely different. Most of the internet won't ever see it, I suppose. But yeah, interesting times. Some of the insurance reasons. Yeah, I could see that, mate. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah. If you got like 10 people in a tiny room, yeah. Christ alive. Dave says it's great feeling seeing the smile on lady's face when she leaves compared to the show and lacking confidence who arrived. Yeah, it can be daunting. I mean, I take my hat off to anybody who goes to one of those photo shoots and does that. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I mean, it takes a huge amount of confidence. And it's great to hear them saying about likening it to doing like a parachute jump afterwards. And I can totally see that. Yeah, them feeling like whoa, buzzed. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Woodley says it's the wine. I'm an ex-London cop. You should be shocked at what people do in a hotel room. Wow. Okay. Yeah. But you got some stories. Yeah. Hey Steve, how you doing, mate? I haven't heard of them. I will have a look. Actually, yeah, have a look. Thank you for that. Yeah, yeah. I thought Woodley had spelt birthday wrong. That Michael Cessna guy. Yeah, he's on. Oh, is that the same guy? Is it? Gotcha. Okay, Steve. Yeah, he's the guy on YouTube, right? So, yeah, he's one of the. Yeah, he seems to do it in a. I don't know. He seems like a very approachable guy, right? You know, he's not. Yeah, he definitely seems like a. I mean this in the nicest possible way, but a meek, mild guy, very, very approachable. So and I think he's very successful. Takes great images in any location. So yeah, it's a good one. Yeah. But actually, changing content doesn't affect you directly, but eats your time. Changing from content, right? Yeah. Hey Steve, how you doing? You've been in here before, Steve. You've been in here before, haven't you? I've certainly seen your work before. Yeah. Right then. So what are we talking about today? Then we are obviously going to be talking about Photoshop's new beta and the generative fill. Right. So if you don't know what it is, essentially at the moment Photoshop released a beta, and anybody can access it here. You just go into your Creative Cloud, whatever it is, and then apps, and then you got the beta in here, and then you download it. I don't know how many gigs it is. I just did it in the background earlier on, so I literally only downloaded it an hour ago. So cool. So Photoshop's got beta. Well, what they're doing in there is they are essentially giving you the ability to change whole environments, sections, like content aware fill. Those of you who know what that is, but this is like content aware fill, like 2.0 on steroids and crack. It's obviously the next level in terms of what is being done. Now, it is, I guess, it's using some sort of AI algorithm in there to work out what you want, but you basically select an area and you go. So like you've got, I don't know, woman on a beach with, and in the background you can draw a selection and then go fill with lighthouse, and it'll put like a real life lighthouse in there. So let me just show you a minute, and then we can talk about it a little bit further. A lot of his CD in there isn't surefire way to distinguish. One photographer I worked with was also an ex-cop sex crimes unit, and he was consistently horrified how easy it has become. Oh, for the shoots and stuff, you talking about like photographers posing as or people posing as photographers and getting ladies into hotel rooms and stuff. Yeah, it is. It's nuts. Yeah, it really is crazy. Many years ago, an account was created on Model Mayhem, and it was Jake Hicks' studio, and he had, and I presume it's he had all my images on his account, and he was setting up photo shoots with women on there, and I mean it's as easy as that. It's literally as easy as that. I mean, what's worse is like the girls can just go, oh, okay, they just go what Jake Hicks photography, and then my stuff is going to come up right online if they Google me or whatever, and they go, oh, this guy's obviously got tons of work on that sort of stuff. So it's what a mess. It's absolutely terrible, absolute scumbags, and minimal repercussions for them. And like what a Model Mayhem going to do? Like finally take down the account? Like that's it? What are they? Obviously hasn't given any details. So yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, it's terrible. Hey Amber, how you doing, mate? Yeah. Paul, you downloaded the beta? Yeah, nice. Darius, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I've tried it. It's meh. Okay, I don't think it'll worry for a lot of compositors yet. Interesting. Okay, sounds crazy to add an object to a photo. Yeah, it is. It is pretty good. Yeah, I'm skeptical about where Adobe are going with this. They use Adobe stock, so how long will it be before they start charging for the fill content? Okay, this is great feedback, guys. This is all really juicy stuff. Let's just jump in a second. Let's just see what this can do. So let's come in here to yeah, like I said, I've really done sort of with it. So there you go. This is an example there. So you just like grab the selection, boom, and then whack a lighthouse in there, and then here they're going to have stuff as well. So let's just jump into this and let's have a look. So I'm not running my version of Photoshop. This is just the beta one. So bear with me. I'm actually just looking at the screen now. I don't think anything's covering anything important, but let's come back here. Let's just head over to my website and just grab an image of something to kind of play with. So I mean, in its base form, right? You can extend an image, right? So super simple. You just come in here, and already it's got our box up here for us to go through. We can select subject and that sort of thing. Cool. Let's just try this a second. Let's just extend this out. Like that's a healthy chunk. Right, and let's just see what it does in terms of, because we know what content aware fill does, right? So you guys know what content aware. So if we hit the shift key and then delete, it brings up this, right? Content aware fill. So like we know what that's gonna kind of do. Yeah. So that's what we get from that. Yeah. So let's try that again with the new generative fill, whatever it's called. And now at the moment, I just want to fill it in, right? I'm not going to ask it to put big fluffy cat in there or anything like that. I'm just going to ask it to generate a or fill in that background. So it's really going to be looking at the rest of the image and trying to work out what's next, as it were, right? Now, this is all cloud-based, and okay, so then what happens is over here we have these options that we can choose from, right? So what's super interesting about this, right? What's super interesting about this is its knowledge of anatomy that I've seen, right? Because remember, there's no leg here, right? There's no knee or anything like that. So it is looking at the body and going, okay, this is where the leg, knee should be, and it's even added like the shine here on the so you can see where the shine of the left knee here is coming in. So it's even gone, okay, that's where that needs to be. And but look at the lighting that it's added to the to the clothing and stuff there. I mean, it's not bad. It's not like it's I didn't have to do anything very difficult there, did I? I mean, I literally just didn't do anything. So it's coming, we try again, right? I mean, that took all of 10 seconds. We just do the same on this side now. Like this is, in my opinion, this is kind of tricky because we've got knees and we've got elbows and we've got like it doesn't really make sense. Kind of weird, right? So we can kind of see what it's trying to interpret. So we've got an elbow coming up here. I wonder how it's gonna deal with that. Holy shit! It literally rebuilt the chair. What? The folds and okay. Yikes. Okay, so over here it gives you these variations to choose from, and if none of them work, you can just hit generate again. So what is it like? If we're not happy with this section here, can we just do that? Can we just? Do I need to go back to the original, or can I just do it on a? Oh, so it gives you a brand new layer. which just works on that, so you can just turn them off separately. I thought I'd have to keep going back to the like to the background layer or flatten it and move on, but it's actually done it like that, which is kind of cool. You can turn individual sections off. Okay, so I mean it's we need to check the we need to check these, don't we? Okay, so it's just getting worse. Okay, but I mean, you could probably spend more than 30 seconds on it and get something. I am genuinely impressed by rebuilding like the arm and the chair and stuff there, though. No, that's pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts. So let's see what we got here. Let's have a look. So obviously, I think if you're doing a hotel shoot, you are better telling the hotel at the offset that you assure them that the room's not being used for vice-related activities. Okay, so Wibby's going back to the previous discussion we were having about hiring out a hotel room and then using it for a photo shoot. And if you missed it, Wibby's saying that he is a retired London cop. So he's saying that if you are going to be doing something like that, then you're probably better off just telling them what's happening. That will assure them that the room's not being used for vice-related activities. I can see that. Yeah. Jerry says, Flern's video said Adobe told him that they'll start charging for credits and generations once it's implemented fully, kind of like Midjourney. Yeah, so my understanding of it is, and I forget who is it. I think it was Wibbly. Yeah, Wibbly says here about the Adobe using Adobe Stock and that sort of thing. So what's kind of going on here is that like Midjourney and that sort of thing, which are AI apps, they are generating stuff out of thin air right now. I know they're being heavily inspired by other work, and to Wibbly's point here, like Adobe's got 3 million stock photos up there, so it's accessing those images to give you photorealistic results, as it were. So it's not like painting it in, it is kind of sourcing those images from their cloud library. So this is kind of Adobe's way of getting around the copyright issue, because up until this point we've had a real issue with copyright and AI as to who owns the copyright of the AI images, which is nobody, right? So yes, Nike, Sony, whoever can use AI generated images in their adverts and their promotional material, no problem with that. But so can everybody else use that exactly same image. They don't own that image. Anybody else can use it, right? So this is why big commercial clients are kind of less inclined to do so, because they don't own the work. And I personally think that we will get to a point where AI generated art will be copyrightable somehow, some way. There's just too much money at stake there for them not to come to some sort of agreement somehow. But in the meantime, what Adobe is trying to say is that, look, we're going to actually do the right thing here, use people's work that have okayed us to use it from the cloud. Now, to be clear, when you signed up to Creative Suite, whatever it was, by default, you are saying you are happy for them to use your work that you upload to the cloud for research, whatever it is. You'd need to look at the clause. I know we spoke about it like 6 months ago or something like that. But by default, that box is ticked. Everything that you upload to the cloud, or Adobe Cloud, they are able to use that as reference data, right? Which is clearly what they were doing, was building up to this, right? Now they have then gone on to say, to my knowledge, that they go, look, because we're actually using people's work, if this work is getting used, they will be attributed, compensated. Can you imagine how many 0.00001 pennies you will get for this, though? What are you going to do? No, I want more. Well, tough. And I think was it Terry back there was saying that what Adobe have said they're going to do, look, it's free at the moment, so you can use this as much as you want in the beta, And when this joins the full version of Photoshop in the future, you as a me, Creative Cloud subscriber, we're going to get a certain amount of credits each month to use to generate these. Okay, so we can do this as much as we want at the moment, but I mean, who knows? Was it going to be 100? Is it going to be 10? Is it going to be 1,000? I mean, how many times can I click that button before they're going to start charging, right? So we'll see how this pads out, right? But yeah, interesting times. Let's have a look. Just checking in here. So Amber says, those of you who don't know Amber is a full-time model, has been for many, many years, worked with her many, many times over the years, so she knows what she's talking about. So Amber says, as far as hotel shoots, I feel models shouldn't do that for a first shoot with somebody. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Do research on the references and legitimacy, but yes, I feel they're asked to do one for the first shoot, then chaperone should be able to go along for safety. Yeah. See, this is an interesting kind of topic, and we can talk about this another time. But it is interesting. Yeah. See, I'm not gonna say I won't allow chaperones. Right. Let me just clarify what I mean by that. What I mean is, if a model feels like they have to have a chaperone at a shoot with me, they don't feel comfortable enough to shoot with me, so they shouldn't really do it. Okay. So I know it's kind of like a catch-22 thing there, right? But if you're sus enough about somebody that you're like, I want a chaperone there, I really got to ask you, the question is, should you even do the shoot, right? If you don't trust them enough to do it, you shouldn't really do it. Now, obviously, a chaperone is good for safety and that sort of thing. I get it. But if you don't trust them enough that you need somebody else there, sus, right? So that's kind of my thought on it. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm very fortunate that I've been doing it a long time now. I'm fairly well known, so it's not really an issue anymore. But yes, 100% safety has got to be paramount. Yeah. Regardless, so amazing shots taken in hotels, so not to be avoided, but someone you trust. Absolutely, yeah. Love how versatile Jordan is. Yeah, this is when she had blonde hair, Amber. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah. I was glad that we got to work with her when she was blonde hair. This background looks like a Scarface movie. That is perfect, Darius. I love that. This is definitely Miami Vice style inspired shoot that I was going for. With the colouring and the sort of like smoky LA background-esque look. So yeah, you saying it looks like Scarface movie is perfect. Thank you for saying that. So okay, that's pretty cool. Don't try elegant. So we can try that in a minute. Yeah, try that in a minute. Will it generate feet? All right, Robin, keep it in your trousers. Let's have a look. Well, it's unbelievable. Yeah, we're going to do some more examples in a minute. The problem right now is it's only low res. I've done it on some fairly high res files. It took a while, but I mean, you are okay, Dave. You are right. I will say there is some phenomenal upscaling software now that is just black magic as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Do I have BTS of that shoot? I do not, Edgar. I'm afraid. No, I've certainly done similar shoots online. Just have a look at my website, the techniques page. Yeah. I always insist on a chaperone when first working with a female model, whether we're working to high levels or not. Always have a wife present on most of my shoots, and now trusted by models I've worked with. At the point I've asked chaperone models working with new photographers for the first time, something I'm quite proud of. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, people can take the mick out of Purple Port here in the UK, but it does seem to have at least better references than like Model Mayhem, which is just free for all. Yeah. I think it's amazing, just another layer of editing. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you can certainly use it to do a bunch. Yeah, I've been working deeply with AI stuff recently. You can use a variety of AI tools to combination to put some amazing things. For instance, you can educate ChatGPT to write the best Midjourney prompts. I've seen that. Yeah, I have seen that with it. Yeah, it's nuts. Use face swapping to replace Midjourney subject with face in photographs. I think there's lots of amazing opportunities. It will change the creative industry. And 100% agreed. Yeah, like where this becomes interesting. Let's just have a. I will get to more of your comments in a second. But where this gets interesting, let's have a look at. Let's have a look at some let's just do something. I mean, like even like weird stuff like this, right? I mean, let's just see if we just replace that lamp, right? So where it can get, let's see. So we can just come in here. Let me just get this out of the way. So what we go? What? I don't know. So just type in here vintage lamp. Now this is like we're getting a bit niched down now, because like I said, Photoshop is supposedly using data that it has. Now whatever it is, 3 million images, whatever they've got is a lot, but it's not gonna have everything, right? So when you start adding stuff like this, I think it can be a bit hit and miss, right? As we can see, right? So how about we go and pretend like there's a stalk down here. Let's see if that helps. So let's do let's just do lamp. Let's see what we get. Let's do lamp. So now it's going to literally start generating objects from thin air for you and putting it in there. And like this is really the realm of the Mid-Journey style stuff. Okay, that's actually pretty good. That's pretty sketchy. But look at the color though, right? Look at the color. So it's looking at the scene, right? It's looking at where that lamp needs to be, and it's also looking at the color that light needs to be, and the color that it's generating. I got to be honest with you, like you could probably get away with that. I don't think too many people are going to question that. If I'm honest, I really don't. People just not going to question that. Some of these are a little bit sus. But that one we could definitely get away with for sure. Yeah. So let's look at something else. What else can we do here? How about just like the fill, like the content fill of actually extending an image, right? Which I'm trying to think how it's going to affect me. I'm not somebody who's like, oh yeah, I'm going to need a fake lamp in there. This is perfect for me. Finally, my dreams have been answered. But I won't lie. There's certainly been times for editorials or something like that where they're like, "Oh, do you have a landscape version of this?" No. Or graphic designers and stuff. This is a dream come true for graphic designers, right? Let's just keep it. Let's just make it really awkward. Yeah, just make it super awkward, and because they like graphic designers stuff, they need stuff for for copy, to make room to put text on one side or something like that, fill in an area, extend an image. Like this stuff is just a dream to them, right? So let's just hit it. Let's just see what happens. So we're not going to give it any prompts. We're just going to go, look, we just want you to fill this area with data based on the surroundings, right? And so we've gone up, down, left, and right. Okay, so I might. Okay, now. And that took what? That took like 10 seconds. I don't know. I don't know. Look, you can't argue that's actually pretty impressive. You could go in there and kind of tweak that, but like it's just extension. Like it's actually adding the light. There's a light hidden in that tree, and it's kind of just like, oh yeah, like it kind of knows that that's what it is. It doesn't just carry on with that light. It goes, oh, this is obviously a pool of light, and it stops adding the light here. Like what the hell? It's crazy. Depth of field as well. As actually maintaining the depth of field here in the foreground. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful. Yeah. There's something about the fill. It only works to a small resolution, so it needs to be filled in small squares. Or maybe do me a video tip. Yeah, but by all means, man, pop it in the chat, man. You pop it in the chat. Yeah, like the whole thing people worrying about resolution stuff is fine, but I understand why you're concerned about it. But there is so many incredible upscalers out there that if you had something that you were like, oh, this is it, I want to upscale, I want to get this at high resolution, you can do. Plus, people on Instagram don't care. Yeah. Trying to get it to clean and smooth some pole dancer's legs. Okay, they're a bit bruised. Ended up with what resembled a hairy cloven feet. Don't think the form would appreciate it. Nice. Yeah. Really struggles with hands and feet. Okay. Christ, you guys are going for it, which is cool. I'm gonna just crack through these. The other thing, every image is a new filter uploaded to Adobe. So the other thing is that every image you use for the new fit is also uploaded to the Adobe service. So are sampling your image and use that film. I mean, it's true. You are using the cloud to process it, Wibbly. So I mean, nobody can argue that they don't have that image because you are using the cloud. Now, I didn't read the T's and C's. Did any of you guys read the T's and C's? It says you have to agree. I didn't read it. I just clicked it. Yeah. Chaperone is not you've met them or not as established, not you. Yeah. Everyone should. Thank you, Amber. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Steve. I appreciate it, man. Pixel Perfect pointed out a low res issue for high res images. You have to fill in parts. Okay. Yeah, guys. Honestly, I appreciate you pointing out the low res thing. I really like it's just not going to be an issue in 2 weeks' time, a month's time, especially with up res. But again, I certainly appreciate you pointing it out. But yeah, the res thing is just doesn't seem to be an issue. Yeah. Image needs a moon lamp. That was a moon lamp. Select the subjects and ask it to smooth skin in 4K scary results. Really, Dave? Okay. Interesting. It's definitely going to help with dodgy in camera. Crops are sometimes too. Yeah, exactly. I mean, crops like that is nuts. Yeah. Check us do something creative to imagine doing a shoot purely based on AI. It'll make us think differently about how to make space to create random things as creative. So I want one. Yeah. I might. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that, Amber. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah. Are you suggesting that we come up with an idea for a photo shoot that the AI came up with the idea and then we recreate it? Yeah. It's definitely an idea. I don't think it's for me. It's definitely an idea. Yeah. You zoom in, okay, the resolution is so it's only going to get better. Yeah, exactly, Dave. Yeah, that's a good point, Dave. Like, this is as bad as it's going to be, right? That's the bottom line. Like, what we're looking at here, this is as bad as it's ever going to be, right? Like, it's never going to be as bad as this again. So let's have a look at so I just grabbed this off the internet. We can see like, the quality here is not great. And then over here, maybe if I was working on a high resolution image, you're right. I think I didn't really notice it because I was already working on a low resolution to begin with. I didn't really notice it, but yes, you can kind of see the artifacting here as opposed to, I would have to test it on a high res image. Yeah, I would have to test it, but I'm sure you guys are right, 100% that it's ropey. Yeah, and like Dave says, it's like this is as bad as it's going to get, right? Okay, so let's carry on then. So like extending an image and that sort of stuff is nuts. Let's see if we can extend something in here. Here we go then. Look, see, so we're missing. So you guys talk about hands and feet. So we're missing like hands and legs and stuff here. Let's see. Let's see what we got, right? So this image, as we can see, right, missing a hand here. So what's going to happen when we extend this then? Like, what's it going to do? How's it going to work that out? So if we just extend it out here, right? Let's see what we get with this. We spoke about how I was kind of impressed with its ability to process anatomy of the whole image and fill it in based on its knowledge of the length of arms and legs and feet and all that sort of stuff. So, I mean, look, let's see what it does here. It could just give a hoof or nostrils. I've got no idea. So, let's see what we got. So we are getting like a hand shape in there, but it is kind of doing the doing the legs and stuff here. Let me just try. So, like, I'm guessing, what, the more that we give it, does that give us better results? As in, the more of the crop we give it here, does that give us better results or worse results? Or like feathering the edge? Should I feather the edge? Let me just try that. Let's see what we do if we give it more data here. See if that helps it in any way. Or is it less? Should we be giving it less? So it looks like giving it a little bit more. But this is close, guys. This is close, right? Right? That's close. Okay. So what if, can I just type hand in here? Like, does that work? Did I check that? I did check the other ones. Yeah, they were weird. Yeah. Like the lighting's a bit squiffy on that one, but you see in the previous one it actually gave it like bangles and stuff that matched the like the silver chromed jewelry that she's got on there. Yeah. What? It's even copying the tattoo, the marks. What the fuck? So I know she's got covered in like that's nuts. It's actually trying to replicate. Guys, that's pretty good. Come on. Like, I know we're taking the piss here, but come on, that is pretty good, right? I mean, it's all masked out. I was going to say we could mask it back in. I mean, even that original is like you could mask that kind of in, but I mean, what do we do? Like we spent a minute there just going, okay, yeah, give me some more, give me some more, give me some more. Like, look at the lighting on the. Let's not forget, right? That's what it is originally. That's the real image there, right? And look at the lighting that it's adding down the hand. It's even getting like the blues. I do find it. I mean, again, we could definitely go in there and tweak that. But if you had to recreate that, what are you going to do? Like, if you had to recreate that for a job, you would be far better off getting this far with generative AI or whatever we're calling it, generative fill, and then touching it up with your Photoshop skills. And, we could go, well, let's just spend another few minutes hitting generate, and see what we get, right? Yeah, pretty nuts. So what we got? Can we get more background in here? And the legs as well, like the legs crossed over, right? It crossed over the legs and stuff. That's crazy. Look, I'm not going to use it, but I mean, I can't help but be blown away by the tech. I don't know why it's struggling for like that's what it struggles with. What if we're more like that? Does that help rather than just giving it a block? Does that help it in any way? Yeah, the legs crossed over, the lighting on it's copying the lighting on the latex. It's even giving us highlights down this side as well as on that side where the light is supposedly. Okay, what if we like, right, you obviously can't be trusted. So what if we go neon city background night. Now let's just see. Yeah, I don't know. That is, it's probably just maybe just give us something too realistic back there, because that's really out of focus. Like, how is it going to scale that? It might just give me a neon sign. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh shit! Look at that. That's legit. That's definitely legit. Job done, guys. See you later. Look, like I said, I'm not going to use it because I'm a snob, and I would obviously do it in camera because I'm a dying fossil and kind of believe in skill for some reason. But yeah, I mean, I'm still impressed by the tech. Still impressed by the tech for sure. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Let's have a look. Hey Brett, how you doing, mate? Yeah, well, against a green screen, and that shoot could be recreated in any environment to match light. Yeah, true. Yeah. Thank you, Steve. Yeah. I don't know an idea yet, I think, but similar, like extending the image, adding in interesting shapes, flower pieces. I'm so curious with it all. I wonder what magic we could create. I mean, the sky's the limit with it. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Mind-blowing, flippy. Yeah, some of those hands were pretty sketchy. That's 1,000% better than it was 4 days ago when I played with it. Really, Dave? Yeah, already jumping huge amounts. Really interesting. Okay, that is interesting. Yeah, just join. What sorcery is this? Yeah, we're using the Photoshop beta. So if you're Creative Cloud member, which I'm pretty sure you are, just go into the apps and then download the Photoshop beta, and then in there it's got this feature called Generative Fill. Yeah, Generative Fill, and then you can just type all this madness on the fly. Yeah. I don't think it relies on the size of the section. It looks like the whole image anyway. Gotcha. It feels when this becomes more mainstream, the real skill will become knowing how to seamlessly integrate this within your images. Also, like prompt writing itself is going to be a skill. Yeah, true. I mean, you're absolutely right. And look, I haven't spent any time with this. I downloaded it before we got on here tonight, and just opened it up so I knew how to activate it and that sort of thing. But so we're kind of learning on the fly here. But you can see that we're kind of learning what kind of works, what doesn't work. We're changing the size of the selection. We're going, okay, you can't be trusted to do this by yourself. We have to give you some prompts, and then we, like you said, we need to be kind of clever with the prompts as well. But learning on the fly like that, we can definitely get there in a very short space of time as well. Do you have for those who spent a long time learning to retouch, etc.? I guess we have to go the times we are now. Picasso, pretty incredible. I mean, that's certainly the topic of a generation at the moment, Amber, as to where the skills lie with it. Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of training and teaching and stuff at the moment, and that's with people who want and enjoy the process of doing it. If you enjoy, sitting in front of a screen, crack on. Yeah. But yeah, it's. I think it's what you want to get out of it at the end of the day. Like I said, I'm not pulling any punches of you guys. I'm definitely a photo snob, and I'm not going to hide behind that. I definitely pride myself in being able to do a huge amount of what I do in camera, and I get a lot of joy from that. But not everybody's going to be bothered. Didn't match the nail file. Disappointed. If I just rubbish. Refund, money back, compensation. Hey Flo, how you doing? Paul, I can see it good for removing people from shot, whatever, but also won't use it for anything more than that because I want to know I created it. Exactly. This is what we're talking about, Paul. Yeah, it's having a little bit of pride in your work. However, it would save me the cost of sending images out for car and people removal, background wedding images. This is true, Paul. Like, that is absolutely 100%. Like, that would be just super quick. And wedding shots like that, boom. And because we're using the cloud to do the heavy lifting, for weddings and stuff, I mean, it's just, okay, people like you and I may be able to go, ooh, bit sketchy, right? That's not real. But for 99% of people, no offense to wedding clients, but they're not. Like, the car's gone. They don't really care how you did it, right? Thanks, FJ. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, where do we sell our camera equipment? Yeah, same with the active editing. Don't like it. Yeah, it's cool. got to go, but yeah, very interesting watching this live. Thanks for the insight. Great love. Thank you, Amber. Yeah, thanks for popping in, Amber. Yeah, it's always a pleasure speaking to you, and I do want to work with you again, Amber. Yeah, I think it'd be amazing. It's been a long time. It would be great if we could work together. Let's think about the AI thing, but it would be cool to work with you. Right, what else can we kind of do with this then, right? Like, what else can we? I mean, what? Like, can we change clothing? Like, what is the? How far can we go with this? How far will it let us go? So, if we just come in here, I really have no idea what I'm doing, guys, as to how this kind of like is this. Can I just copy like that and go? I guess like white shirt. I got no idea. Look, I got no idea. I've got surely. I mean, it can't. I mean, I guess it would have some idea of what that is, but look at the lighting. What? What? Look at it filled in on the shoulder and stuff here. Are you kidding me? I just hit generate again, by the way. I was just curious as to like what other results get. I mean, obviously it's confused as to what the hell do I do with this, right? Like, what do I do with I've just cut out a middle bit. Like, what the hell do I do with this cape that I'm not allowed to touch that because it's not in my selection. Let's try joining it up. What the fuck? What? It literally joined it up. I mean, it's lengthened out her neck and that sort of thing, but come on, guys. Again, I pressed that twice. I pressed it twice. I clicked the button twice by myself. I have to admit, I did a lot of the heavy lifting here, but I did hit the button twice. But look at the lighting, though, right? This is not just your, basic high key nonsense against a white wall. Any monkey could copy that, but like, look at the coloring from the blue fill light that I've got here, right? Look at, I mean, that's nuts. The way that it's looking at that. Simone's not going to be happy about losing about 18 bra sizes there, but still, like, and sure, like, we would probably, we could probably hit this a couple more times just to see what we get. It's got a little bit of I could refine the selection. If it's struggling with the neck there, I need to, maybe tighten up the selection and that sort of thing. But even toning on the stomach, it's just even simple stuff like that. Yeah, it's just getting creepier. I mean, that's crazy. That's like, you can never trust an image ever again. Like last year, we were like, oh, Midjourney, never trust another image again. It's just, you just never be able to trust anything ever again, really. Yeah, it's nuts. Wife now wants that shirt. That was a pretty cool shirt. I kind of like that inner shirt with that, with that that beach robe afterwards. It's nuts. Yeah. Object removal is what I've used it for most, like removing power lines, customs. Yeah, I can see. Content aware was good in the past, but this is even you don't even need to be very accurate with it. I wonder if removal groom stupid mates from wedding shop be a thing. Yeah, true. Yeah, you can change clothing, but the guidelines things doesn't like lingerie. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So, like what, swimwear? So changing clothes, like how much can we... So if we come in here, what? And do I need to? This is all new to me. I don't like how much do I need to give it? Do I need to give it less? Do I need to give it more? Like being super casual with this selection is weird. So I mean, I couldn't have spent any less time on that. So what? Bikini. Just about to get banned live on Facebook. That's cool, yeah. Just oh shit, we got told off. That was 100% Paul's fault, by the way, guys. You were a witness to that. You saw him. Swim? Where? Can we get away with that? Swimwear? Just kind of skirt around the outside of it. It's like, look, we know what you're trying to do. Stop it. What is this? Fresh hell. What the? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think we're in for a rough few years, if I'm honest. Like this, just, girls had a young girls growing up had a rough time in the past, not knowing what was believable. I remember being, liquefy was the spawn of the devil, and this, this is just worst case scenario compared to that, right? I mean, we give our right arm back for liquefy compared to what we're changing here now. What the hell? That's nuts. Why is it giving her tattoos? But look at the detail and the coloring, right? This is me being a nerd, right? But I mean, look at the lighting, right? It's worked out that we have this hot light coming from camera right, and then on the left we have this blue. I mean, let's not forget there is no skin there for it to base it on, like a tiny little bit, right? Nuts. Yeah. It's kind of, yeah, this model is slimmer than this image appears in real life, but the generative AI is creating more natural looking humans, right? You haven't just got some anime girl in there, right? She definitely shapely and seamless against the background as well. Let's not forget. I mean you could just, the sky's the limit, right? You can. Where did it get that tattoo from? Like, can we just? It better be a good tattoo, otherwise not happy. What's it gonna give? No, what? Just a classy. Tattoo artists are quivering right now, guys. Absolutely terrified. It's like their days are numbered. Oh my Christ! What a mess. Love it. Ask it to recreate the lighting in the style of J Kicks. Look, no, Dave. I will not do that. Holy shit! No, it's needed. Don't worry, I'm a data scientist and already reassigned myself knowing ChatGPT will replace my work. Exactly. Yeah. It must be an American who wrote that part if it is sticking tattoos everywhere. The others look really amazing too. Reckon they could use this for fashion designs. I mean, it's inspiration, right? That's what I mean. People, non-artists think that just artists just wake up in the morning and we just have these ideas, right? That's not what happens. We need to be inspired. So I do think that that this will have the ability to grow ideas and inspiration. I mean, Amber Tutton, professional model, was just in here a minute ago, and she's saying, right, let's use AI to create ideas for us to then kind of recreate in a photo shoot. So I do think I do think we will see some of that. Definitely happening, right? I mean, and again, like that's the inspiration. Like that is inspiration. You can't say it's AI inspired, but I mean, you could say that about anything: anime inspired, movie inspired, whatever. Yeah. I wonder if you need to make a selection. I'm wondering if you need to make a selection to change the clothes. So you mean, what do you mean, like actually select the clothes? I mean, that did a pretty good job of. I mean, you mean if I was to go tighter to the body, as it were, to actually get to change the shape of the model? It's because I'd made the selection wider. You think it was being a bit more generous with the proportions? Maybe, yeah. All right, what else can we break? So, what about hair color and stuff? All right, what about hair color? Like this hand. I wonder if we could get. I wonder if it would understand that. If you just, that's nuts. She would freak the hell out if she sees that. She'd absolutely freak the hell out. Understandably so. So like, can we get different hand positions? Do I need to give it more space to breathe? Like, if I type in hand, will I get different hand positions? Clip the hair and stuff a bit there, so it might have to, I don't know, we'll see what we get. Love it. Absolutely humongous hands. Love it. It's right. So early days on the hands. But I have certainly. It kind of came to me because I know when I'm going through edits and that sort of stuff, I love that shot. If I could just change the hand position and that sort of thing. But it knows what we're looking for, right? I mean, it does. I mean, it's got it worked out. I think we've only got a couple of extra fingers there. It's terrifying. Got the nails manicured and that sort of thing. Why is it so big? Is it because I made the selection so big? Is this fresh hell? Like, I think this may be to Dave's point about the clothing. Like, because we made the selection so big, that's why it was making her bigger. Could be a good point. If I just keep this real cozy in here. And I'm giving it one word. I'm not giving it any. I'm not like delicate hand or ballet hand or. I'm not giving it anything like that. So I wonder if this will change the size of it. I'm gonna need to stop this. This is too funny. Oh, that is creepy. Right, let's that's enough. That is absolutely terrifying. Let's look at the hair then. So hands, not quite. Let's look at the hair though. So can we change the color of her hair? So I'm being pretty close with this. I don't know. I would need to test it further as to how close I need to be with it. But what do we go like? Blonde hair. Generate. Like Wibbly says, I'm working on these images, or just uploading all my images to the cloud. So great, Adobe's cloud. These are hilarious. What the fuck is that? Interesting. kind of, I think if I came in a little bit closer, maybe further away. That's kind of legit. That's kind of like, it's interesting. It's interesting. That's definitely the closest, that one there. Definitely the closest, right? Freaky. I mean, kind of cooler, right? I mean, you know, even you could use this for so many different types of apps, right? In terms of changing your hair and that sort of thing. That nice. Now, what on earth? But yeah, we just hit it a couple of times. This is definitely the closest. And again, looking at the shading and the shadowing, even got like radiosity in here, which like the red radiosity coming in here. I don't know what the hell that is. Oh, it's put this weird jewel thing up there. Anyway, we can easily pop that out. But got a little hair tie in there, or hair clasp, or whatever. Pretty close. Yeah. Could you try to make complete normal jeans outfit out of a lady in the red suit? You mean could you put normal jeans on her? I mean, we know where the jeans would go. Okay, how's it going to deal with the hand though? Let's see. If the hand wasn't there, I think it'd be easier. 100%. If it's possible to get a super normal jeans and shirt outfit, yeah, go back to what Amber said. I swear musicians will be doing this, getting AI to make the tracks and reproduce them in real life. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I did hear that, Steve. Yeah, I did hear that track. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty close, guys. That's pretty close. Like, again, the hand. I think if the hand wasn't there, pretty close. Let's try. Let me just. So do we have one where? If we just look, I'm just gonna sod it. I'm just gonna come in there like that. So yeah, I guess. So also the selection needs to be. It's interesting because it did keep to the selection, because I was kind of interested. I wondered if I could do. I was looking to do this kind of off the hips jeans, so I was going to bring it higher, but it does stick to the rules that you give it and go, look, no, it's got to be lower. You've got to have it here hanging off the hips. I mean, it is doing it. It is doing it. I love these braces, man. Check this out. That's nuts. Getting these braces going, like this harness, braces on the jeans. Like, we were kind of joking about fashion being inspired and that sort of thing, but this is all it takes for artists, is to see one spark of an idea, and then it just grows from there. So I mean, you can definitely see how this could inspire something for sure. Yeah. I guess you could remove the hand. I don't know where you'd put it, but yeah. Looks like the worms from Men in Black. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, pretty crazy, right? And I mean, in terms of clothing, I mean, there's something like this is a bit more. Let's try the last one, and then we've got, you guys have distracted me heavily again. So just kind of curious as to changing it to how. like if I just type in red, what does it do? Does it just give me just a fill it with red, or like what does it give me? So I've just typed in red and selected this. I mean, I don't know what it's going to do. So I gave it no other instructions other than the word red. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So what if I go red fitness wear? We can tailor it more. I mean, obviously we can't be too specific. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I guess you could be. But like, rather than it being a bikini top, will it give us? Oh shit! What the fuck? What? I'm just kind of curious about matching. Just that's nuts. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely nutty. Yeah, about matching those colours. Just, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just curious. So I mean, that is like that's I mean, like the black here matching that there, like that is legit. I mean, you could kind of touch it up a little bit, but I mean, like come on, look at the the collarbones. Copying it up in there in the hair. You barely need to do anything. I mean, look at the texture on the skin, the lighting, and I'm sure we could, we could faff about and get the where the hell did our? Oh, it's there. Okay. Also, in properties for that layer, you just click on that layer and it's just in the properties. Interesting. Okay, and you can type it in there as well. Interesting. Okay. I don't know, guys. I don't know. And look, like we were saying, this is as bad as it's ever going to be. What we're seeing now is as bad as it's ever going to be. Yeah. Yeah. So let's have a look. We guys saying just had a play with an image of my wife in front of a waterfall, cut her out, and got AI to refill the background, such as the image that's scary. Yeah, I stick my 3 comments. Yeah, creases generates fits too perfect. Right, the creases, like the actual like creases of the skin, like how the actual skin molds in it. Like what on earth? Like the shadowing on the folds and stuff here. Nuts, absolutely nuts. Yeah, I mean, I'm just really impressed at how it matches the lighting. Here where it's got this bit of highlight coming across here and everything, just really spot on with the lighting. Absolutely nuts. Yeah, absolutely nuts. Yeah, I'm just excited. Jake now has the most recent version of Photoshop. Whoa. You're right to question it, Dave. You are right to question it. It's just debated. I'm not keeping this. I don't want to be seen as up with the kids or anything like that. I'll stick with my Luddite ways. Don't you worry. Look, we are getting really, really distracted here, but let's try and get through some of these incredible images you guys have posted. We've got a bunch of cool shots here. Let's have a look. So Darius says here, so not as fresh as you think, done a few months ago, but I think looks good. Probably I love close portraits because they are much easier and focused on person. As I remember, it will be made with 4 LED sabers, nice, and 1 normal Bowens mount lamp, nice. Yeah. Beautiful shot. I love the turning on the skin and stuff here. Just watch these, watch these highlights and stuff. So, okay, look, let's have a look. So my feedback here is the concern with how like these bright highlights, right? So what can we tell it? Can we just I don't know, can we just say darken hair, or do we need to, or is that's just look, it's just going to give me, it's not, I don't know what it's going to do. That's what I want to do. So I do just give me brown hair, or oh my fucking god, you're kidding me. What? I just fixed the lighting. Are you serious? What? Look at that. That's nuts. Right? That was the issue. It was way blown out. It's just gone, oh yeah, so what? 2.5 stops? Just ease that off a little bit? Yeah, no worries. I got you, Jake. What? How does it know? Like, that's insane. Did I need to be more specific? Like, extra stop and a half on this one, please? I think it's because of this here as well. It's going, look, come on, Jake. If I darken this down too much, come on, Jake, pay attention. Look, unless you're going to sort this out for me, I'm not going too far on the hair. Like, what? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like that's clip data, right? And Darius's work is amazing. Yeah, Darius's work is excellent. Darius always produces fantastic work. This happens to be just one of the shots where one of the lights is overexposed for whatever reason, right? He doesn't normally do this, but okay, it happens. But the fact that we are effectively relighting that image, there's no two ways about it. Like, we're not mincing our words here. Like, that is relit. Yeah, I mean, you're not bringing that back. It's not like, oh, you just do that in Lightroom, Jake, and bring that. Like, that's gone. Like, that data is gone. You're not bringing that back. We have literally relit that image after the fact. There you go. It's a pull shot here. It was so hard to decide what to post this week. I've been working with dancers as of late, creating some cool shapes. This was lit with 2 strip boxes left and right to the rim light and dancer. Okay, so we got strip boxes either side here. Then a large softbox on very low power for a bit of fill from the camera right. This is cool, man. I think this is really cool. I think just whilst my brain calms down from having an aneurysm, I think this is really cool. I mean, obviously the lighting is beautifully done. You've managed to get the lighting going all the way up and across, really nice. Yeah, like really smooth all the way around, which is actually, a lot of people sort of overlook that. Don't have the lights high enough and that sort of thing. So you've done a really good job with that. I love the quirky poses, and I think like stuff like this is what gets attention, right? This is what gets people's brains engaged when they see a shot like an odd pose or something like that. It really gets your attention. So I think this is really clever. I think this is really cool. Yeah. Maybe a touch blue for me. Let's not look at that. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Come up here. I don't know this new version. Okay. Let's see. So we just pump up the red. Let's have a look at this blue. Interesting. Just trying to clean up the skin tone a little bit. I don't know whether I've achieved it or not, but let's see. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can't come in the green. And then if you want to fine tune this, we can always come into the curves, please. Am I losing my mind? Oh, at the top. Okay. So here, for example, if we just go into the red layer, just grab this. So we want to like warm up this skin here a tiny bit, right? So warm that up. But if we wanted to keep this tone where it was before, we can just click on here, and I'm looking at the curve on the right hand side there. And all I did was bring the point back down to the baseline, right? So I warmed up the leg by clicking and pulling up, and then because that would have changed the red in the whole image, I've just clicked back on the background and brought that baseline back down. I presume we could do that for the others as well. I don't think we need to do too much on there. Probably the blue, just take out a little bit of blue on the trick. Let's just use this hand tool. Take out a little bit of blue on the legs just to warm them up, and then bring that back in like that. So kind of whilst we're here, let's have a look, right? So let's say this shot, we wanted to do an arty-farty shot where she's like on the left-hand third here, right? As we saw, she's in the third, boom, coming straight down this rule of thirds, right? So let's see if we come in here, pretty simple. But I'm looking at this smudgy area at the top here. I wonder what we can like clean up that background. So let's just see what it does first. I presume it's going to copy this weird shadowy patch that we've got here. So I presume it's going to copy it across in some way. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, it's actually worse than... Okay, that's the closest. So now, I don't know if you guys can see this, but now we have these weird like sort of shadows and stuff here. So what can we do then? Can we just come in here like this and go clean background? Will it get rid of some of those shadows? I did kind of do it. I was generally just curious. Maybe if we'd included a bit more in here, I guess you could go again, like in here. I'll just do once more. I'm literally just curious, because sometimes content aware fill can do weird stuff, and I was just interested as to if it knew what we were trying to do. It's still kept that vignette up here though, which is kind of interesting. Like it still has an idea of. Oh, you can see there it's cleaned up that bit there. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I just kind of curious, and I'm sure you could do the same there by filling it in. But yeah. Okay. Hey, no worries, Steve, man. Yeah, take it easy, buddy. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. So the blue is just white balance, no gels is in this. Okay, yeah. So it's just white balance. It did look cool, and I think again, I think it's good to do something, even if you're not using gels or anything like that, about just trying to get a little bit of attention, in terms of what we can just catch people's eyes and stuff, right? think it's a cool shot. I think it's really cool. Yeah. No color gel photos this time, but I participated in a big model photo shoot event last weekend. Maybe 15 models, 25 photographers. Jesus. And this picture was one of those from there. Lighting Godox AD200, full power in a diffused 85cm umbrella. Camera left. Glad that I had the light assistant. Very hard, by the way. Absolutely no way I was using the processing. Yeah, right. Cool shot though. Cool shot. Just because she's got if there was any possibility to have just a touch more height on this, just to get that nose shadow down as opposed to across the face, but that's not your fault. She's brought her chin right up, but I think it's really cool. Balanced out the daylight and flash really nicely there as well. Sometimes can be a little bit difficult to get it looking like natural without it looking like, oh, he's used a flash, but I think whether it's in the post pro in terms of the color grading here, you've managed to sort of lock those two tones together, have the flash and the daylight nicely. So let's just see a minute. Select subject, see what we get. So it's missed out the bokeh thingy there, whatever that is. Can we grab that? I'm really just playing at this point, guys. I just want to see, because I don't really shoot natural light stuff, so it's just kind of weird in the studio to change somebody's background in the studio. It just never looks real. So I'm just, we're going to get this in here. So let's just feather that. Let's just do it roughly, right? So we're just going to mask her out real rough. Let's come up there like that. Let's do that again. It's real quick. I said real quick every time, and then I spend ages doing it. But I promise. Right, fine. Let's just go. The leg and stuff's gonna be weird there, but so I mean, let's just do it. Let's just do beach. Yeah. Now we've got very directional light off to the left there. Yeah, so we can see we got that very directional light off to the left. I'm just kind of curious as to what kind of beach setting it gives us, whether it just goes with a sort of a sun-kissed. Oh, I selected her, not the background. Whoa, what fresh hell is this? Let's invert that. Woo, okay. What did I say? Just beach. Jesus Christ, that was terrifying, wasn't it? Interesting what Photoshop was trying to do there. It was trying to put a person within that selection. Bizarre. No, it didn't try and put a beach in there though, which is kind of weird. That one's sus. That's just terrible. This one though, you could probably spend a little bit of time retouching in there, like color grading and stuff to knock it in line. It's a separate layer. Is yes, mask. So you could color grade the background separately. Yeah, you could. So it's just giving us the same. See here, so this is what it, like. So this is kind of, I don't know what's going on here with the haze. We've got some lens flare or something coming in here, which is actually in the original. Interesting, but like the lighting coming across, like you could definitely grade that and get away with it for sure. Just boost everything up. I'm doing it. I'm exaggerating on purpose so that we can lock those two together. There you go. So I'm just putting a color grade on top of everything. I mean, doable, right? Doable. Yeah. I mean, and again, remember, I'm doing it very quick. Like, very, very, very quick indeed. I'm not spending. I mean, it's taking me what, 2 minutes. I could definitely spend 10 minutes hitting the generate button until we get something. Yeah. Hey, Anders, I'm glad you're here to see that. Yeah, I was just saying, beautiful shot. Done. If you just come back, but yeah, just saying, beautiful shot, really nicely balanced between the daylight and the flash, which again a lot of people struggle with for sure. Yeah, nicely done. I would still probably, if it was me, I would probably still do another color grade on that, just to boost it up a little bit, to try and lock these two colors together. We've got the daylight back here and we have the flash. I would probably be a little bit more, give it a little bit of a heavier color grade to try and lock those two together a little bit tighter. But otherwise, I think it's really nicely done. That must have been nuts as well for the shoot of like 15 models, 25 photographers. That's crazy. Yeah. So FJ says, shot this in Berlin, model is Coco. It's a public shooting spot which could be booked for this kind of photos. Okay. This is cool though. I like this. Again, like the styling and that sort of thing. Lighting, pointing the nose towards the light. It's nice. Or it's got the face lit well. Lights up nice and high. You're down nice and low. Dynamic angle. Very cool. Yeah. No worries, and it's always a pleasure seeing your work, mate. Always a pleasure. So something like this then, so we get back from the shoot and then we're like, oh, this is a bit empty up here. What do we, can we just type neon sign, neon light? Let's just put that in there. So you've got this dark area at the top, we just want to fill it in. It's looking a bit sparse. Anything we can add to it quite quickly at the end. Okay, good effort. What? Okay. So let me just, what if I just type neon? Does that give us, I mean it's pretty on the nose. It did just give me a neon light. If I'm, I think maybe being too precise, or do I need to put like neon sign? Oh shit, look, it's giving us the perspective. So it's worked out the perspective of that shot, which is coming in like that. So it can see the perspective. Check that. I mean, I'd probably just tweak that, but I kind of like that. Look, it's looking at the perspective nicely there. Yeah, I'd probably buzz that out, but but then again, I suppose it's not going to give me anything with actual words on it, is it? Because it's not going to do that. It's going to keep it the impressionistic version of words. Yeah. But just some color up there, Yeah. Cool shot. And again, I would probably, if it was me, I would probably just come in with maybe just a color grade on top of this. Let's have a look. Channel mixer. Just to give it a bit more of a warm it up cinematic vibe. You don't have to. I'm just I just like to kind of lock these colors in just a little bit tighter than we've got here. So what do we got? We got the red. And what do we do first? Did we do the blue? Yeah, let's just see if there's anything in the green here. Just to give it that. pinky flavor back into it. Yeah. But again, like just using the AI for this simple, just bringing in elements into the background, right? Yeah, and I mean, it's like I think we established it's non-destructive, right? So if we're like, do you know what, I think that's actually better, right? We can come in and just select something else back here because it's just layering on top, which is really cool, really cool. Yeah. I know, FJ. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, like I presume you've got Creative Suite. If you haven't already, like the beta is free. Just download it and have a play. You know, it just gives you some ideas. Yeah. But for a very cool shot though, like it a lot. Yeah. Got Terry's shot here, 150 centimeter octobox as a background and rim. Oh, nice. Yeah. So he's put so she's actually standing against the softbox. Blue umbrella fill straight behind me and angled down, optical snoot for key light. Nice. So he's using this blue fill light underneath, just filling in below, and then he's using optical snoot as the key. So really clean image, and retouch is really clean as well. So this is, everybody's different, right? Everybody's different, and you know, styles and feelings around this changes, but like retouch, I would probably retouch to this perfect skin level, and then I would bring it back, right? So go to 100%, and then I would like kind of bring it back to like 70, 50% maybe. You don't have to do this. I'm just kind of talking like I'm thinking when I'm doing a shoot, and like, again, there's nothing wrong with retouching. Like, there's plenty of people retouch like this. It's maybe too perfect is all I'm saying. They just ease off on it just a touch. The other thing as well with this, and again, I think the lighting is really cool. So you know, I like the fact we've got that light behind just to have that really clear, really clean background, and then we've got this really bold, punchy lights here as well. So I'm guessing, based on what you're saying here, that we actually have a pinky gel in that softbox behind, right? So it's blown out, and then we're just allowing that kind of pinky color just to wrap around the model. The other thing with shots like this is us being sensitive to them, as in the model, but being conscious of trying to smooth out and just have these clean lines when it comes to like the form on the skin. So we're not changing the shape of her in any way, but we're just looking for these slightly cleaner lines on the body the whole time, especially with items of clothing like this, which is extremely figure hugging, right? So like the very design behind them is to be like a second layer of skin. So with that in mind, we kind of want to look at the shapes a little bit and just tweak it just a tiny bit. And this is nothing against her, because absolutely nothing against her. This is just, some of this is, you know, pulling some of the skin in. We just want to be respectful just to make sure that it's looking as clean as possible. So, you know, just ease in some of these bigger bumps there, and really just to look at these nice clean lines, okay, on both sides. Nothing crazy, absolutely nothing crazy at all. Just giving a tiny bit of feedback on terms of working with fashion designers who create clothing that is designed to be a second layer of skin. We need to be kind of respectful and mindful of that when it comes to promoting those items of clothing that we're trying to you know, make sure that everything's tucked in, as it were. Okay. But yeah, really cool shot though. Really cool shot. So Tony saying, nothing special with this except I shot Lulu on a grey background and the rest was generated with Photoshop's generative fill, where I asked for a snowy background. Okay, certainly not Midjourney level, but easy to do. What I have found works a treat is increasing hair volume by using a pen tool to create the general shape and then asking something like wavy brown hair. Gotcha. Okay, and I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. So where we kind of did it earlier on, right? So we did with the hair. So we can come in here That's going to hate that across the eye, right? Or do I need to do that? Do I even need to include the face like that? Can I just do it in here? And then it just add to that. So I'm not affecting the face at all. I could see that. I could see that. Okay, let's just try it. Let's just try it. So what are we saying? Flowing white hair. So will it use, I think what Tony's saying is you just use that space to go. So you define where you want the hair to go. And then it should hopefully fill it, which is kind of what we learned earlier on with the hand, right? It's like, oh, you want a hand to fill that space? Leave it with me. Yeah, okay. So it does. It does. Some of these are a bit sketchy, but yeah, Tony's right. So you define the shape, and then it will blow the hair that way, as it were. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay. So we're kind of getting some better results there now. And that's the thing, right? We're not really giving it many goes to get bang on. There you go. That's definitely doing it. That's keeping the same color as the hair that we had underneath. It's not affecting the face in any way. But yeah, you could see how you just need to hit that generate button a couple of times and you're good to go. Thank you. I definitely agree with the retouch comment, backing off, showing a couple blemishes and smears, but back up 100% opacity. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, all good. Yeah, beautiful shot there, man. Yeah, love it a lot. Really cool. Really cool. So we've got Brett's shot here. Dream come true, an agency referral, getting paid to take film noir inspired shots. Any CC welcome. Hopefully this is a pass on black and white. A few under the black and white, but respect for Go posting these. Yeah, and that's great, man. Yeah, it's great that you're getting these gigs, like these dream gigs for you. Really, really nice. Yeah. I mean, in terms of lighting, this is really cool, right? You know, you've got him doing the thing. We can see we've just got a little bit of light back here, just to give us a little bit of definition back there, which is nice. We've got beautiful light on the face. Yeah, I mean, really, really cool. I suppose it just depends on if you're happy with the hardness of light here, or whether you wanted to put it through, like shoot that light through a scrim first, just to open up the catch lights in the eyes a little bit. But otherwise, like, this is really cool, man. Yeah, this is really cool. I don't think you got anything to be concerned about there. Single light, job done. Black and white, can't fail, really, right? So I'm kind of curious, right? Something like this, can we add like smoky room? Like, does it know kind of what that is? If we just select here, we have this, you know, Dick Tracy cigarette burning in the ashtray behind him sort of vibe. Can we get a bit more smoke in this room here, or is it just going to be, that's not bad, that's not bad. Oh yeah, look, here you go, that's getting it there. Yeah, for sure, for sure. So it's kind of changed the, so like, that's it, man. That's really all it needs. That's really all it needs. Like, what do we need to come in? Can we, like, do we need to come in there as well? Like, can we come in like right up close there? Like, what happens if we do it like that? And we go, what's it? I mean, is it just going to look weird there? Do we need to feather that out a lot, or? I was just wondering. I do like that behind though. It didn't do it because I kept everything, but it knew that the room was supposed to be smoky behind, right? Kind of interesting. You probably tone some of these down a little bit. Yeah, I got this nice weird suit going on here. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be way too much. But again, because it's just a black and white layer, you could just lower the opacity of that and it would allow it to be softer, right? But it is working out. It is coming over the image here, and it is kind of blending. Yeah, we would need to be. Some of these are hilarious. But I mean, you could brush the hand back in there if you wanted, but you definitely very easily start to add a lot of atmosphere to a shot, right? And again, I mean, honestly, that looks legit up there for sure. Like, it looks a bit kind of weird here. I'd probably spend a little bit of time on the hand down here, just because that's closer to the camera, just removing some of the smoke here. But that looks kind of legit to me, you know. I could definitely see that being viable for sure. Hey Darius, no worries, man. Yeah, great stream as always. See you next time. Yeah, no worries, buddy. Yeah. Keep that hair nice and dark. Yeah. So David says natural light, or is it one strobe camera right feathered, one umbrella getting blown down the court by the wind? Yeah, nice. Colour change to your outfit the old-fashioned way. Nice. Lovely image there, man. Yeah, nice and clean. Beautiful shot, very flattering image. Yeah, brilliant. And again, really subtle use of extra strobe in there just to fill in the shadows. You're not trying to overpower her. You're not trying to, demonstrate that you own a strobe or anything like that. You're really just trying to balance her in that daylight, which I think is really, really nice. Yeah, really, really cool. So adding objects and stuff, we didn't really do that. I was just kind of like, what can you? I mean, you can just put ferry. Like, does it just? I'm fascinated by this as to how it does it. That's sketch. That one's more believable. That one's kind of interesting. Wait, so what is it? Is it because the way I did this selection? Like, if I go more up like that, just because it felt like it was a bit. But yeah, anyway, I was just literally curious as to what. I mean, Dave's probably spent ages removing all the crap from the water behind her to make it nice, just real subtle, real smooth, mate. Nice. Yeah, that's not at all distracting. But yeah, I was just curious. Yeah, just curious. What if? So let me just try something a minute. So what if we go? Select subject, and we want, let's get the foot in there as well. So I say this every time, I'm not going to spend ages on it, but so I was just thinking, right, what if we so at the moment we've got her selected, so now we've got the background selected. Can I take the lasso tool and kind of get rid of this here? So now we've just got the bottom half selected. So what can we do now? Can we just go smooth sand? I'm just kind of curious as to, because we've got sand is all scuffed up and that sort of thing. Can we kind of even out sand down here? Do we need to be a bit more specific with, like, smooth beach or something? I don't know. I'm just kind of curious if we can smooth out the sand or what it would look like. Interesting. So kind of weird transition there. But this is really nice. Like, if we look at that shadow, though, look at that shadow. What the fuck? Well, I've just realised that. What? kind of curious. Can we grab that? And how about, yeah, let me just go back to, where was our selection? There, okay, let's include then balls. Shit, so we need the opposite of that. So now let's get rid of that grass entirely. Let's just do smooth sand, because some of that was looking good, you know. Rather than this scuffed up sand and stuff here, you could. I mean, that was looking pretty legit. And I mean, sure, you know, if it was a major, you know, shoot, you'd have somebody there, you know, making it look perfect to begin with. But I forgot to invert it. This is what happens when you let Photoshop do its own thing. I think we'll be fine, guys. I can't see any issues with any of this. I think we'll be absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about. Isn't that selected? What am I talking about? Is that not? What? Okay. I'm losing my mind. Oh, it is. Okay. I thought that's what I had it before. Anyway, let's try again. What was it doing before? Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? You just wanted to replace this woman with a beautiful palm tree umbrella stand thing? Interesting. Oh, wow. Huh. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. I could see that. Now, I didn't think of this sort of cropped angle here, but it kind of works, right? Having that perspective leading in, kind of cool. I mean, we need to sort out the gap in there, but I mean, done, right? Job done. Let's go home. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. I can't take you anywhere, David. Honestly, terrible. One unrelated question I saw: Amazon has some storage cabinets for electronic, the low humidity ones that look like a refrigerator. Yeah. Do you recommend these for either old film cameras or new digital cameras and lenses? I've taken my camera lenses all over. I'm wondering if they are sealed well enough to prevent fungus, but the film cameras worry me a bit. Yeah, I mean, so my wife's from Hong Kong, and they all have these cabinets over there just because it's super humid. Like, we don't need them here in the UK. But yes, it is something that, I mean, I've just got a couple of packs of silica gel in my camera case, but for the most part, they should be fine. I think they're fairly expensive and maybe a little bit overkill. Like, they can be useful, but I would say as long as you've got some the fungus thing is, yeah, it could be. I would say some just put, I mean, a bag of rice in there is gonna do the same thing, right? Or I just keep all the silica packets I get from everything I buy, and I just have them at the bottom of my camera bag, and I haven't had any issues. But you know, might be something to think about. I would be surprised if you needed the actual cabinet, if I'm honest. Yeah. I know, it just turned that one into a palm tree. It's bizarre, man. Yeah. Moving past minors and things. You're right in terms of the oil can dry up, but that's like super arid areas. Like the humid parts are less likely to dry up. Yeah, I think your original concern is probably the real one in terms of fungus and that sort of thing. But I would, I would say just having. I mean, you can even buy the silica packs and just throw them in the bottom of your bag or whatever, and you'll probably be fine for the most part. In all honesty, yeah. No worries. What did we get to? Oh, we skipped out pools here. That was weird. And Paul's has got it. Here's a shoot from Lucia on Saturday. Some idiot changed my camera to JPEG, but still turned out well. Lesson: don't let anyone touch your camera gear ever. Use Lightroom presets to start. Oh, you use my Lightroom presets to start. Okay, cool. Yeah. And yeah, the I let somebody use my camera for a wedding once, and similar thing happened with the JPEGs and the screen brightness and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you only make that mistake once, which is what Paul's learned the hard way, sadly. But yeah, it is a pain in the ass. This is a cool shot though. I think just watch the over retouching on the eye. That looks a bit odd here, but I do love the fact we've got this massive modifier that's creating this really cool catchlight shine effect on the dress here, which is really nice. And also just be careful of losing a little bit of separation between our subject and background here. If there's any way we can kind of just lighten this background a tiny bit, just cut her out, just so we have a tiny bit of separation between model and background. But yeah, otherwise super colourful though. Yeah, really cool. So we've got a couple of shots here. Okay, got Dave shot, supposed to be chaperoning a model as she was shooting with a new photographer. Oh, we just talked about that. He unfortunately had to pull out the shoot, so we decided to do a shoot anyway. Quick hunt for location ended up with us booking some rehearsal studios for a couple of hours. Shot with the EOS 2. Those of you who don't know, Rotolite panels. LED panels, bounced off 5-foot pop-up. Oh nice, reflector camera left with Neo 3 opposite. Completely winged the shoot, borrowed a guitar and a hotel birthday suit. Nice, yeah, cool. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, so just watching that key light, we just want to make sure that we're trying to get as much of that white key light on the face as possible. So having it up a little bit higher, and just looking at the sort of nose shadow, just having that up a little bit higher, and that light coming down even more so with the face here, because we really want that face to be the hey Charlotte, how you doing? We really want that face to be like the brightest area in terms of focal point. At the moment we've got this area here which is kind of the brightest, and we really want to make sure that light is focused on the face first, and then let that light drop off down the body. But yeah, otherwise love your idea of bouncing it into a reflector just to get even more spread on that coloured light. I think it's really cool. Yeah, really nice. And props for you for turning a bum day into a great day. Yeah. With a cardboard gobo for background lighting. Hey Etienne, how you doing? This is cool. Yeah. And so what Etienne's saying here is we've got this these patterns here, and he's cut some shapes into cardboard, and then he's shining a light through it to get this kind of dappled sort of soft focus light on the background there, which is really cool, really effective. Costs nothing at all, but adds a little bit of variety, right? When you've got like the same kind of background or studio backdrop each time. So yeah, definitely helps to keep things different, and especially when you're cutting shapes and stuff in there, you can do all sorts with it, change it up. You really do need a hard light to kind of get this effect. You can't just hold up some holes in cardboard in front of a softbox or a beauty dish, for example. Yeah, no worries, Dave. You really do need a hard light for actually get these shapes to show up. Just in terms of feedback though, Etienne, just firstly watch the height of these lights again, and it's because she's looking up, right? We've got her looking up, so now her chin's up nice and high. We kind of we really want to be just having this bead of light going all the way around, yeah, so we can kind of join up this light. So to do that, we need to make sure that the light's just a little bit higher, and on top of that, we just need to be careful of the brightness of these lights, right? Just to ease off on how bright that, because we're starting to clip some of the data here. So some of that color, some of that richer, warmer color that can be found in some of these yellows and orange gels, is just to ease off on the exposure a little bit, and that'll bring out some of these rich orange tones, especially with her bronze skin, would match beautifully. But because we can see where the light's falling off down the body, we're getting some of this nice beautiful tone, orange tone, whereas here on the face it's just a little bit hot. So just ease up on that. But otherwise, yeah, beautiful shot. Love the concept behind it, where you've positioned her with the lighting in terms of flattering, getting a lot of light on the body. You've got our eyes are drawn to the top half of the body. You've let the light, sort of flow down the body and sort of fade out a little bit down here, which is nice. I actually kind of like that, natural vignetting you can get. So yeah, I think this is really cool. Yeah, just watch those hairlights just a touch. Last year, Wibbly mate, you've been here all night, bless you. And for some reason yours was at the bottom again. Happy birthday. So Wibbly says here, this is an old shoot, but I extended it and added the crown and owl with the generative AI tool. So Wibbly's been playing with the Photoshop beta and just playing around with it. I wasn't sure as to where the shot ended. Hey, no worries, Etienne. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, thanks for sharing the image. Amazing image, as always. Yeah, I was wondering like how much you've extended, but I mean I can't tell, so it doesn't matter, right? Photoshop has done a great job of extending it. I'm guessing somewhere around here it's been added. I do kind of like the idea with the crown and the owl, and then thinking about the lighting, right? Thinking about where that light's coming from. It's coming from camera right. The owl is being lit correctly. This crown has the same sort of light from the right, but it still has the same soft fill on the left there as well. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Yeah, it's good stuff. You've got to ask yourself, if you'd seen this image, would you have gone, oh, I love the AI elements? You wouldn't. Yeah, it was quite tight around the model. Oh, okay, cool. So it was pretty close in here then. Okay. Yeah. So I think you've got to be saying, like, if you'd seen this shot, would you have even thought about and it was in there as well. Nice. Okay, so it was really close then. Okay, so that's, I mean, I like the balance. I do like the space, especially with the pose. She feels a bit delicate and fragile with that pose, leant over, covering herself up. So I think the extra space helps to kind of tell that story of what's going on here. In princess left in her room for years to come or whatever. It's just getting that sort of fairy tale vibe, as well as like making her feel sort of smaller and diminutive in the image by extending it out like that. So I think it works. And it's interesting that you put in like the barn owl and that sort of thing, that it was able to give you a pretty legit version as well. Yeah, I think it's really cool. Yeah. That's the thing. So Wibbly's saying here's a home studio shoot, so limited space. This generative AI for whatever it's called, generative fill for adding space in tight locations. We're talking about working in hotel rooms, home studios, like super tight spaces, like adding these larger spaces with generative fill like this. Amazing. Yeah. Like, I mean, there's no way anybody's looking at this and going, oh, that's I like the way you've added that. No way. So yeah, great job, man. Yeah, great job. Really cool. Thanks for sharing that. And thanks for staying here all night, Wibbly. I appreciate it, man. It's been, 2.5 hours? So look, guys, thanks, as always, for everybody posting their shots. I know we kind of ran through those at the end, but that's because I was gushing over the generative AI nonsense, whatever it is that is... You just never trust a single image ever again. So... yeah, I mean, there is certainly fun to be had here with this, right? I mean, extending the chair like that, nuts. The elbow, like the leg, right? Like rebuilding the leg, its knowledge of anatomy, just adding, changing lamps and stuff, and its ability to process color, and so quick, right? Like so quick. Extending images, like hugely extending images, like just a huge amount of extension here. I genuinely do like that. I really, like, not even memeing, genuinely, like, that is really cool. Like, well, I mean, that's the shot that I took, and 8 seconds later, that's the extension that we have. Working with body parts here, like extending the image, adding extra. I mean, I darkened the hand down a little bit here, but I mean, it's added tattoo. It's got, you know, it's crossed the legs over there, right? Yeah, look, it's figured out those legs are crossed over. It's given us that shape and form on the latex. It understands what the fabric is. It's giving us this matte shadow, matte highlight on the hands. Guys, this nonsense, right? Like this madness, changing clothes, right? Fucking hell, she would lose her shit if she saw this, right? Yeah, changing people's clothes, adding freaky tattoos. I forgot about that one. Yeah. Oh my god, we are gonna go. You guys probably, some of you might be old enough to remember like the late 90s with Photoshop lens flares. So yeah, when Photoshop started to add these wacky filters, everybody's just, oh yeah, lens flares and stuff everywhere. We are gonna see a lot of this nonsense for a long time. Yeah, just yeah, we'll see a bunch of that, I'm sure. Actually looking to get a pair of these jeans myself. Pretty into them, especially the ones that come with braces. Nice. Right. I mean, changing the apparel and then obviously I just tweak the color afterwards. But yeah, very. And this nonsense, this absolute madness of just all I typed in was darken hair, and we were able to relight this image. Yeah, so that you know, that's not just about us doing something that we could do in Lightroom. This is literally unsalvageable data that we've just, let's just rewrite it. Yeah, crazy. Here we just simple extension. Sure, here we were changing the background. A little bit of fun, putting her on a beach, matching the color tones and that sort of thing. And then here we're just adding elements that are already in the shot, right? So just adding in some extra neon signs and that sort of thing. Again, like the AI understands the depth of field. It knows that this is really out of focus back here, and it works it out. You know, it and the perspective, right? These leading lines, it actually works out where the leading lines are. You know, just doing stuff with hair. Playing with hair, adding some environmental effects into an image like this. So smoke, you know, that sort of Dick Tracy style atmosphere in the shot, just to give it a little bit of depth. And then here, just tidying up again, just super clean, just keeping it real clean in terms of, you know, getting rid of, you know, the grass and that sort of thing, and just having this beautiful soft. We just clean up this. Is added bits of trash in here. I don't know what beach is replicating that from. But yeah, just, I mean, you know, again, just cleaning up images. And again, nobody is looking at that and going, AI, fake, woo. They're just not, right? You know. Crazy times ahead, man. Crazy times ahead. So, yeah. Again, Creative, it's free at the moment. Get in there, Creative Suite, go into your apps, beta, download the beta, and then it's in that, you can't miss it. It wants you to try it out. As soon as you open it up, it forces it down your throat, so you won't miss it. It's in there straight away. So play around with it. It's free for now, like we've discussed. Photoshop probably going to put a limit on it per month. Could be 10 credits, could be 100. Who knows? But I think they're going to make some. I think they're going to make some big money on that. Yeah. Best birthday in 56 years. Nice, mate. Nice. We like to set the bar pretty high here, Wibbly. I don't want to brag, but you know, pleasure to have you here, mate. Through a check to power up the performance of the rendering in Photoshop. It's all done on the cloud, FJ. So it doesn't matter if you've got a shit PC, old PC. It's all done on the cloud. So yours will be as fast as mine is. Yeah. You know, always, David, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all of you hanging out, in fact. Yeah. Don't forget, I'm still doing a lot of the online workshops and mentoring and that sort of thing. I'll pop a link in the chat. But yeah, check that out. It's been interesting doing that. I'm looking forward to showing you what I've been using some of these lighting ideas and techniques, not just in real world lighting, but in the digital space as well. I can't talk about it yet, but yeah, it's been really interesting doing some of these training sessions in the digital sphere, as it were, as well. So check that out, have a look. Yeah, take it easy, Paul. Miriam, thank you. Yeah, thanks for joining. Cool. You guys were here from the start. Absolute legends. You've been in 2.5 hours. Absolute legends, professionals. Love it, love it. Right, and guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and good luck playing with Photoshop until then. Okay, bye for now.